I made sweet porridge. It's half a cup. I'm using it as a serving, so I know how much I'm eating. And I'm using chopsticks. But I made my sweet porridge, but this one I did just a slight difference. I put four stevia soda. I put 4 Splenda packets with a stevia. I like the green one. I like the yellow one too. But like for everyday use, I prefer this one because of the flavor. So I use this with a pack of raisins. I got it from the food pantry because I go every Saturday to the food pantry. I want to see if I can find. They give us bags like this, and it has different snacks and stuff in it, but it always has applesauce, and I try to get. I don't have one of these or some chile, a chile, and it always has applesauce. So I use 2 servings of applesauce, 2 of these, with a 1/3 cup of rye bread flour, and flaxseed milk. I'm gonna stand up to grab this. I'm sitting in my wheelchair, but I use a 1/3 of a flaxseed milk with. No, I used a 1/4 cup of this flaxseed milk, so that's about 2 servings. So that would be about 4 tablespoons, but I used just a little shy of a full 1/4 measurement of flaxseed milk to do a double portion. And then I added just under a cup of this with water, so it wasn't just this. And then I put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar just to give it the flavor, because I like it, and some salt, just a sprinkle of salt. And I let the flaxseed milk sit in the 2 applesauces before I added the flour, because I wanted it to soak up some of the applesauce flavor, because it doesn't take just water, but it does take up like whatever you put it in. So I use this to make porridge. And I use 1 packet of raisins. But because I use 2 of these, I use 4 of these instead of 5. Normally I use 1 of these and 5 of these. Or I use agave, but I didn't want to use agave a day. I wanted to use Splenda because of the flavor. It's different. It tastes better sometimes with the raisins, but I did let the raisins sit so that it takes up some of the fluid. If you let them sit, raisins like soak up water. I let it all sit for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I might put it in the microwave. I just pulled this out of the microwave. It's steaming. I mean, I know you can't see it, but this is what porridge looks like. It's just a little bit thicker because I used flaxseed milk to give it more fiber and protein, because flaxseed milk does have protein. I would have used millet seed, but I don't have millet seed. I have flaxseed. And again, I wanted the flavor of this for my porridge. So this is what I use for my porridge. If I had a foster home, this is what I would feed my kids. I mean, I would feed my kids this anyway, but like, if I was able to have like my dream foster home, I would have fed them this. I love that. Not every day, but like 2 or 3 days a week. It just hits the spot. And then you make bread with the leftovers. It's delicious. You don't not like use the same one that you're dipping out of, but like you're gonna have leftovers if you make large portions. So it's really delicious. And this is so easily reheated. Just add warm water. It doesn't have to be boiling. You can literally just leave it like this, and then add warm water, like 2 to 3 tablespoons of warm water. Or if you have like a tea kettle, use about a half of a cup of water to 2 cups of this. It just makes it a little bit. It'll be thinner, but like it'll thicken up. You just let it sit with the warm water, and it just thickens it right back up. It's gonna make it like it's flour, so if you put it in the microwave again, it's gonna make it harden like bread. You can get away with like 20 to 30 seconds at a time, but it's gonna harden like bread because this is bread flour. It's vegan porridge. It's delicious. I added cloves and I like chile. Some people don't like chile, but I like the flavor profile of ancho chile. I wonder if I have it here. Yeah, ancho chile. This chile powder, about half a teaspoon, and the servings that I put for the recipe. This perfection. And I like apple. This is just what I got from Dollar Tree, but I usually get like Target brand. I have the bottle somewhere. I don't know where, but I have the bottle somewhere. But this is I use apple cider vinegar because it brings out like the taste of the rice flour. I sometimes put garlic powder too, but I wanted this to be a little bit sweeter, so I use ground cloves and ancho chili powder and the chile with 2 applesauces and stevia. Sometimes I use garlic and agave to give it more of like a savory flavor. It will still have some sweet because you're using this, but I also put like coconut oil around the outside and the bottom of it so that it kind of thickens. It's not like bread crust, but it gives it like a I don't know how to say, almost like a custard texture at the very bottom of it because I'm microwaving it. It's good. It's one of my son's favorite foods. And it's so good. Put a little bit of lemon juice over the top of it. Like, I got this from Dollar Tree. But you can add lemon juice over the top of it. That I ordered from Target. I don't know where it went, but like I have it somewhere. I think they finally saw the video where I said what I said. I can't help you being ungrateful, inconsiderate, and disrespectful. The appropriate term is ingratitude. Ungrateful. Ingrate means a person that is it's the term for a person that is ungrateful. So you're not considerate of like around you. You're ungrateful, or you don't understand. Privacy is like what you make it, you know. But like if you're invading someone's privacy, that's a felony. If you're stalking someone, that is a felony. That is a criminal action. Even if someone taught you to do that, that does not make it less of a crime. That is a criminal action. I'm not telling them to hurt people. I'm not asking them to hurt anyone. I showed them something that is that's a criminal action. That's how you get added to a terrorist listing and you get put in prison. And then they're gonna watch you in prison. That's how you get added to like an actual terrorist listing. This is a maybe like a child's portion. An adult would get two of these, but I eat like a child. This is a half a cup, so this is a child's portion. This is almost the same amount that would go in a muffin. This is about the same amount of bread flour that would go in, I don't know, a muffin. This would be like maybe 2 slices of a wheat bread. It's, one slice is not a serving size. It depends on the type of bread because there's additions to the bread. But this would be about the portion. This would be a child's portion. I have hypoglycemia. I need carb-dense protein. This is protein. Carbs are your body's energy. Carbs are protein. It's okay to eat carbs. It is okay to eat food. Food is not a reward. Eating food in itself is not a reward. Having a treat that is expensive and you're saving up to get that's a reward. I work this amount of hours. I'm going to reward myself with something that I usually can't afford, and it costs maybe this amount. I'm going to go to this restaurant, and I'm going to reward myself with putting my money here, so that I can have all of this saved away. And I bought this. I bought a new house. I'm going to have this. That's okay. But if you starve yourself and you don't eat, and then you eat one meal every 2 to 3 days, that's not okay. That is not okay. That is not fasting. That is not a religious practice. That's abuse. If someone taught you to do that, that is abusive. There are people that are deathly ill from what you would call fasting, and they're not able to. I get sick. I can't fast. I can go a few hours, but then I'm going to start having fainting spells, and I might actually die because I'm having miniature seizures from lack of carbs. And I can't be just anything. Like, I have to eat something. I made this myself. And I'm in a shelter. It's a hotel shelter. It's really dirty. It's not clean. It may look big and spacious. Don't leave it. It's a hotel shelter that is literally falling apart. There's no refrigerator. Or there's no big bed. It's like what you would get in a prison cell. The only difference is we're not completely surrounded by metal and concrete, and it's not attached to a wall with like a metal bunker. That's like one of the few differences. Yes, we can leave and do other things like that, but they are institutionalized. I'm not institutionalized. I will never be institutionalized. But there are people that are severely mentally unwell. They are institutionalized. They are uneducated. They are inadequate at what they claim to have. And there's no documentation to what they're claiming. Just because you do fraud does not mean that everyone else does fraud. Just because you are a criminal and you grew up with criminals does not make you personally the person that knows everything. That's not how it works. You can't just walk into a hospital with a piece of paper that someone gave you from Craigslist and say that you're a brain surgeon and just start doing operations on people. You're trying to kill people. That is felony murder. Even if they don't die and you tried to do, and I've seen something like that. Don't do that. That's not okay. That is not okay. Don't believe them, people. I don't believe in starvation. I've been through starvation so many times. They didn't realize how hungry I was until they realized how hungry I was. Don't believe them. I don't eat that much. I really don't. I'm allergic to peanut butter, but I try to eat it sometimes just to keep up my tolerance because I have a mild reaction. So I had peanut butter. I had a serving of peanut butter with this about 2 hours ago. So I have one serving of crackers with peanut butter and little bits of hot sauce on top of it. And I finally found it. Because, yeah, that's what I was using. I was using little bits of hot sauce on top. Hot sauce. I tried 3 different ones. I have this one, one that's like really, really hot, and this one. This one's not bad. It's kind of, it's a little bitter with smoky taste, but it's like vinegar tasting. The other one tastes like jalapeno, but it has like an off taste. I don't know what it is. And then the other one is like just spicy. I haven't really tasted it like multiple times. But early this morning, I had crackers and peanut butter, and I had some more, like 2 hours ago, crackers and peanut butter with hot sauce. So I did like I did crunchy peanut butter on a cracker with hot sauce instead of jam. I use hot sauce. I prefer jam to jelly because jelly has gelatin in it. There is a difference. That's why you should like read the product description, or if you can go to the website and you're blind like me, you can have like talk back, play it. So there's accessibility on every cell phone, but you go to the accessibility menu and it'll say talk back keyboard, and it'll teach you how to turn on the accessibility menu for each phone, so you can turn it to where you can adapt it to whatever your disability is. If you're deaf, if you're blind, every cell phone has an adaptability menu. So it's for people with disability to make it accessible. If you're blind, if you're deaf, anything like that. I could never be ungrateful for what I've experienced, but at the same time, I've never been a part of a gang in my life. I can see with one eye, and I have partial vision. I'm partially deaf. I can only hear with like part of this ear. I can't hear anything, but with this one, it's just a little, just a very small amount. With this eye, it's just a little bit, but this one I can't see anything. It looks like I'm looking at you because when you move one eye, like it doesn't matter where you're looking. When you look with one eye, it's pointing, both eyes point in that direction. So if I hear someone looking at me, I'm going to look at them. Like I know how I put my phone up and it's here. This is where the camera is because I have partial vision. I can't see everything, but it's very blurry and I can see enough to get by. With this eye, I can't see anything with this one. And there's been incidents where people have assaulted me from this side because you can tell I'm blind. If you actually had any type of consideration for another person, you could tell that I'm blind. I can't help that you're selfish and ungrateful. I don't know what you assume that people do in the military, but I will never regret my service. I will never regret helping people. I will never regret saving people's lives that deserve to be alive. And they need to know someone wants them to be alive. No one should think that there's no one that would ever help them. That's just horrible. That's the reason soldiers exist. That is horrible.